Hey, good evening, USA, Canada, worldwide, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Greginator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, the misunderstood lonely nomad, the unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York, and you are now rocking with excellent fun vibrant podcast, the Sports Edition Show, episode 26, live and direct from StreamYard, YouTube, and alongside with myself is the Instagram live feed. Make sure you turn on your notifications on Instagram so you don't miss anything. Um, and I apologize for not recording this past Sunday. I had a late dinner, so I am basically making things up for you folks out there today. So, um if you're new to the channel and you missed any previous episodes, new and the latest previous episodes that's been posted, don't worry. Everything's all posted on there. All you need to do is just catch up on all the episodes, including the new ones, by tapping that subscribe button and make sure you do the same by clicking the noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream, more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and of course, download these episodes. And I will handle the rest at the end of the show. And also leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that's being discussed. And of course, make sure you share the episodes and all that other good stuff. So I'll handle the rest. So mentally, physically, and spiritually, you ask. I'm actually doing all right for the most part. Just had to, you know, reflect on a few things and stuff, but I'm not gonna get into deep with this. Um, so anyway, I like to start off with a little thing that I like to call. Hold on a second. Hang on a second. Let me see my browser and let me set up what I'm gonna actually do. Hold on a sec. So we're gonna go into a little thing that I like to call the quick side bleacher bar. Okay, our first story um has to do with a recent passing of an athlete who goes by the name of Dwayne Haskins. Um, so been saving this for quite some time. Um, hang on a second here. Wait a minute here. How the hell do you even? Hang on a second, folks. Okay, here we go. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins was killed Saturday morning when he was hit by a dump truck while walking on a South Florida highway. Wait, wait a minute. My question for this is, and and yes, Hoskins, age 24, had been in South Florida to train with other Steelers quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. The accident happened around 6:37 a.m. on I um 595 West at the I-95 interchange outside Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. Hoskins was killed in the accident, but officials did not reveal why he was walking on the highway, said Lieutenant Indiana Miranda, Highway Patrol spokeswoman. He was just walking on the highway and got hit, Miranda said. The driver is in full cooperation with the investigation, she told the Post. The former Ohio State standout had been in the NFL since 2019, first with Washington and then as a third string quarterback with the Steelers. The Steelers resigned resigned him um, this offseason to a 1-year contract worth $2.5 million. Um, End quote. I am devastated and at a loss for words with the unfortunate passing of Dwayne Haskins, Steelers coach Mike Tomlin said in a statement. He quickly became part of our Steelers family upon his arrival in Pittsburgh and was one of our hardest workers both on the field and in our community. Dwayne was a great teammate, but even more so, a tremendous friend to so many. I am truly heartbroken. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife, Calabria, um, and his entire family during this difficult time. Um, Hoskins was drafted 15th overall in 2019, but he struggled once given the starting job with the Washington Commanders. We are devastated to hear the news of the tragic passing of Dwayne Haskins Jr., Commanders co-owners Dan and Tanya Snyder said in a statement. He was a young man with a tremendous amount of potential who had an infectious personality. To say we are heartbroken is an understatement. Our hearts and prayers are with the members of Dwayne's family and all those who knew him and loved him. Um, Prior to making the league, the New Jersey native led Ohio State to the Rose Bowl in the 2018 and 19 season, beating Washington in Urban Meyer's final game as head coach. He also set Big Ten single season records for passing yards on 4,831 touchdown passes, 50 yeah, passing yards. Touchdown passes 50 and total offensive yards 4,939 and was a Heisman Trophy finalist. End quote. The Ohio State Department of Athletics is terribly saddened to learn of the death of Dwayne Haskins Saturday morning. Ohio State's athletic department said in a statement, "We are thinking of the entire Hoskins family during this most difficult time. Our prayers are with the family and with his current and former teammates, coaches, and friends and relatives." Memorably, Haskins came off the bench in 2017 when JT Barrett got hurt mid-game in Ann Arbor to lead the Buckeyes to a win over Michigan. That seemed to set Hoskins on a path to stardom, but upon reaching the NFL, Washington had issues with his work ethic and repeated COVID-19 violations. Late in 2020, in the 2020 season, he was benched for Taylor Haneke before being released. Hmm. The Steelers signed him in 2021, using him as the third string quarterback behind Ben Roethlis, Roethlisberger and Mason Rudolph. He did not play last season and was inactive for all but one game. Haskins posted in an Instagram story this week showing him having fun, presumably in South Florida, with Steelers running back Najee Harris, among others. He finished it with a quote, "It is what it is. Will keep you at peace." Yeah. Okay. All right. We got another tragic recent story to talk about here, and this is beyond ridiculous. And this is involving two men who are shot during the youth football games at Benton Middle School, out of all places. Oh boy. Two men were shot Sunday morning during youth football games outside Benton Middle School, creating a chaotic scene as coaches and parents tried to protect children from gunfire. Come on, man. The shooter remained on the loose Sunday afternoon, and police said they were still trying to determine a motive. Shots rang out about 10:25 a.m. outside the school at 7411 Hody Road in central Prince William County, with hundreds of people in the fields for youth flag football games scheduled under the 703 youth excuse me 703 United Youth Sports League from 9 a.m. through 2:15 p.m. The players range in age from 5 to 12 years old. Coaches scrambled to keep children safe, witnesses said, with some running for a wood line to hide. "We were at the bottom of the hill practicing," one witness said. "We heard three shots, everybody froze, and then we quickly ran to the woods." Coaches and parents were directing children to take cover there as police began to arrive. Other witnesses said children were frightened and traumatized, but none were physically injured. The league's coach, Joe Blunt, declined comment declined to comment when reached by phone Sunday. In a statement posted on Facebook Sunday afternoon, 703 United Sports thanked adults who rendered aid to the victim and were able to quickly get children to safety until first responders arrived. "We want to be clear that 703 United Youth Sports and its affiliates condemn violence of any kind, and our thoughts and prayers are with the families and victims of today's senseless incident," the statement read. Yeah. A Fairfax County police helicopter was called to help search for the gunman, and a medevac chopper to fly one of the victims to the hospital. Um, Police are still trying to determine what led up to the shooting. Prince William County Coles District Supervisor Yesley Vega posted on Facebook Sunday morning asking residents in the area to stay in their homes. "Our office is in contact with authorities and monitoring the situation closely," she wrote. "For those who reside near Benton Middle School, please stay in your homes until we have further updates." Police later said on Twitter the scene was secure. Um, Prince William County Schools said on Twitter they were aware and monitoring the events at a community use event at the school. Sunday's shooting comes after um another very public shooting at the Woodbridge Kiwanis Club Carnival at Garfield High School on April 15th. A 14-year-old girl suffered non-life threatening injuries during the incident, which caused mass chaos outside the school on Smoketown Road. Police have not announced any arrests in the case. Um, Police are seeking the public's help in finding this morning's gunman, who was black with a medium complexion, about 5'6", 5'6" to 5'10" and had a thin build. Um, our thoughts are with those who have been impacted by the incident, and we are asking the community for help in providing any information that will further the investigation. Please call our tip line at 703-792-7000 or submit a tip online to pwcva.gov/police tip, police said in a social media post. Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous, man. Like, damn. I mean, you know, every time I hear stories like this, right, it's always got to be, the dumb idiots, especially some of the black folks, which tend to do some stupid shit like trying to basically cause a scene during a football game, and then you got another, and then it's just crazy, man. And then you wonder why, everything's going out of control. Um, and I have to really say, man, this is just it just sucks, man. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it like right there. So, um, anyway, man, let's get into something lighter, man. You know what I'm saying? Something lighter. Um, now hold on a second. Now we have some basketball news to talk about here. And this is involving Devin Booker. So this is according to ArizonaSports.com. The Phoenix Suns exited the 2022 NBA playoffs in lackluster fashion on Sunday night, dropping Game 7 of their Western Conference semifinals matchup to the Dallas Mavericks by 33 points. It was an especially rough showing for guard Devin Booker. In the first Game 7 of his career, the guard scored 11 points on 3 of 14 shooting. Um, to go along with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. He turned the ball over 4 times and posted the worst plus minus of the evening at minus 41. It wasn't just Booker, however, as the Suns as a whole looked out of sorts for the majority of the night. So naturally, national media members like Stephen A. Smith and his 5.6 million following took to Twitter to give their thoughts on Booker, point guard Chris Paul, and the rest of the Suns' epic collapse. Damn. Only Smith tagged the wrong Devin Booker. Cue up the pointing Spider-Man meme. Oh boy. Damn. I didn't know I was supposed to show up. The other Booker tweeted Monday morning. I had a game in Istanbul the same day. I'll be ready next time. They may not be the same person, but the other Booker is in fact a hooper as well. Just overseas in the Turkish Basketball Super League. How do you get that mixed up, man? That right there, nah. That's no excuse, man. It is matchup against fruity, fruity, fruity extra. Oh, wait a minute, here. Fruity extra Barca Spore. What? Oh man. Oh my gosh. Fruity. I can't believe this. I can't believe this shit though, man. I really can't. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah. Fruity extra Barca Sport on Sunday. The 6'9", 249-pound center recorded 15 points, 6 rebound and 4 assists in just over 24 minutes of play in the victory. But despite the respectable stat line, this Booker is likely seeing an influx of social media attention from the Smith tweet that has over 42,000 likes and 4,000 retweets. Yeah, any good press? Okay, I don't know why. This is wow. This is crazy, man. This is what Stephen A. Smith said on Twitter. I have never been more wrong. I can't believe how great the Dallas Mavs look, and how pathetically awful the Suns look. CP3 and Devin Booker 31 have been no shows. I can't believe this. Well, this is what happens. This is what happens here, man. I mean, the fucking Phoenix Suns, they end up being their ass always end up being hurt by all this though, man. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I think that's it for this story right here. I'm actually all right. Let's go to another basketball news right here. Um, hold on 1 second. Let me get a sip of water. Okay. All right. Let's wait for this to load. Okay, our next story has to do with the NBA legend, Dwayne Wade, um, who is going to be, hang on a second, who's going to be, um, hang on a second. This is according to source, man. So let me just get it queued up here. Um, So, with the NBA celebrating its 75th anniversary this season, Bleacher Reports wants to take a look ahead to see what the next 25 years hold for the league. In next 25, NBA legend Dwayne Wade launches a 6-part digital series to tackle. Hang on a second. Hang on. Hold on. I don't know why. Hang on 1 second, folks. Hold on. Yes, to tackle that question, Coinbase is the sponsor. Um, the series features 2022 NBA Rookie of the Year Scotty Barnes, Knicks forward Obi Toppin, Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton, and WNBA star Nafisa Collier, among other special guests. The limited series will explore how will players interact with fans through the media, how will players spend their money, how will the WNBA grow, and how will the game change? What are the up and coming fashion trends? Let's see. So on May 17th, of course, the episodes will be available in the B um BR app and on Bleacher Report's YouTube channel. Um, so yeah, so they have it right there. Wow. All right. I think this is interesting. So you could go to the Bleacher Report's YouTube channel page to actually check that out. I know I will. And yeah, and there's another story that I actually want to get to, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to let's go to all right, let's go to Nestor Cortez. All right. Um oh man, this is according to oh man, MLB. This is according to MLB website actually. So, um, story goes like this: when you picture a prototypical major league pitcher, someone like Nestor Cortez is the last person you think of. But he's become baseball's most unlikely ace. Um, the Yankees 5'11" left-hander has gone from a journeyman who the Yankees let go to another team twice to the American League ERA leader. He has a 1.41 ERA and 42 strikeouts in 32 innings, entering his start in Sunday's series finale against the White Sox. He almost threw a no-hitter this week. He threw an immaculate inning, and he's earned the nickname Nasty Nestor. Oh wow. Oh man. How did it how did it how did he do it? Here are four reasons why Nasty Nestor got so nasty. Um okay. So the scatter shot release points. Normal pitchers throw the ball from the same arm slot over and over again. Not Nasty Nestor. He throws pitches from every arm angle you can think of. Here are Cortez release points for 2022. Um, of course, look at how much area that covers. Here's the full range of his release point, both vertical and horizontal. Highest release point is 6.26 feet. Lowest release point 4.57 feet. Most over the top release point 0.51 feet from the center of the rubber. Most sidearm release point 3.20 feet from the center of the rubber. The difference between Cortez's highest and lowest vertical release points of the season is 1.69. The difference between his most over the top and most sidearm horizontal release points is 2.69 feet. He varies his release points with all of his pitch types too. His fastball release points have a range of over 2 feet horizontally and over a foot vertically. Vertically, his cutter release points have a range of about a foot both horizontally and vertically. His slider release points have a range of about 1.5 feet horizontally and vertically. Nothing comes from the same place every time. And David Adler on Twitter states that Nestor Cortez release points by pitch type. And yes, so the chart goes like this. This is the four seam fastball. You got the cutter, you got the sinker, you got the slider, and then you have the changeup. That's a good demonstration. Um, yeah, so check out some of the strikeouts Cortez has collected with his different arm angles. He punched out Nicky Lopez on a sidearm sinker with a horizontal release point 3.16 feet to the first base side of the rubber. He rang up Ordelis Garcia on a true four seamer with a horizontal release point of 0.65 feet, basically straight above the rubber. He fanned Corey Seager on a drop down slider that came from a vertical release point just 4.65 feet off the ground. He whiffed Robertson Chirinos on an over the top cutter with a vertical release point that was 6.02 feet high. Of course, the Yankee cutter. One of the keys to the Yankees pitching staff this season has been their widespread adoption of the cutter. Jarrett Cole has added a cutter. Luis hold on. Luis Severino has added a cutter, and Cortez has added a cutter. Cortez never threw a cutter before 2021, not in his debut season with the Orioles, or his first stint with the Yankees, or his brief time with the Mariners. But when the Yankees got him back, he added a cutter to his repertoire. Now it's his most used pitch. Now Cortez's cutter usage by season between 2018 to 20, 0%, 2021, 23.6%, 2022 of this year, which is 40.7%. Cortez's cutter comes in at an average velocity of 85.6 miles per hour and gets above average vertical and horizontal movement, dropping 0.8 inches more than an average cutter and breaking 2.3 inches more than an average cutter. The results have been great so far. Opponents are batting just .137, 7451, and slugging .294 against Cortez cutter. And he's gotten more swings and misses, 34, and strikeouts 20 with it than he has with any other pitch type. That's already more cutter Ks than Cortez had all of last season, which is 16. When the majority of his strikeouts came on his fastball. Hitters also batted .271 and slugged .447 against the cutter last season, and didn't swing and miss as much, which is 22.6% with rat. No, excuse me, whiff rate last season, 28.6% this season. Cortez's cutter is just a better pitch in 2022. Rob Friedman says on Twitter, Nestor Cortez king decides with cutters. Now we go to the sweeping slider. The sweeper style of slider is the trend in baseball in 2022. Sliders with a more horizontal movement direction, and the Yankees are using it too. They call it the whirly. The whirly. The whirly. Oh man, the whirly. Yeah, New York pitchers like Lucas um Luettage, Lu- Luetge, Luetges, and Cortez have added tons of sweep to their slider. Look at how the average horizontal break on Cortez's slider has changed over his time in the bag. No, excuse me, in the big leagues. In 2019, first Yankee stint 5.4 inches. 2020, Mariners 6.1 inches. 2021, back to the Yankees, 14.5 inches. And 2022, this year, which is 16.2 inches. Cortez's slider is breaking over 10 inches more than it was the first time he was on the Yankees, and he's even added close to 2 inches of break from last year to this year. He's taken some velocity off the pitch. Of course, his slider velo has gone from 81.5 miles per hour to 80.9 miles per hour to 77.4 miles per hour to 76.2 miles per hour from 2019 to 2022, and emphasize the movement instead. Cortez's slider is more of a complementary pitch to his fastball and cutter. He throws it 13.7% of the time, but a pitch with 16 plus inches of the movement is a good extra piece to have. Of course, Rob Freeman from aka the pitching ninja. Nestor said Nestor Cortez 77 miles per hour slider and 91 miles per hour drop down fastball individual pitches plus overlay. Yeah, that has to be that's crazy, man. That has to be crazy. Yeah, the deceptive rising fastball. Cortez makes his living on deception, the array of arm angles, the altered timing of the delivery, and so on. And his fastball fits right in with that theme. And of course, Nestor messing with timing. Yes. Um, Cortez doesn't throw hard. His four seamer only averages 90.4 miles per hour, but the way he throws it actually gives it the rising fastball effect that makes it sneak up on a hitter. Hitters are batting .206, 7 for 34, and slugging .239 against Cortez four seamer this season with 13 strikeouts. They are not squaring it up well at all based on the quality of contact against Cortez fastball. Those hitters have an expected batting average of just .163 and an expected slugging percentage of just .235. How? Despite its low velocity, Cortez fastball gets plus 2.9 inches of rise above average. It's not an explosive rising fastball like his teammate Cole has, but it's a deceptive rising fastball that can carry past a hitter. Cortez fastball has dropped less and less season by season. He gets that rising effect because he throws a true four seamer. The spin axis on the pitch is almost straight backspin. 1130 on a clock face, where 12 would be the truest four seamer. Cortez gets 94% after spin on his four seamer, which means almost all of its 2,299 RPM spin rate attributes to the movement on the pitch. That's how a fastball that barely breaks 90 miles per hour can be an effective pitch. Add that to the cutter, slider, and deception, and you get nasty Nestor. Um okay, so in other news about nasty nesters, hold on a second. Yeah, hold on. In other nasty nester news, let's get to the recent one. Let's get to the most recent one. Okay. All right. Prior to Sunday's game, neither Nestor Cortez or Michael Kopech ranked among the official league leaders in ERA, despite Cortez coming in at 1.41 and Kopech sitting at 0.93. But since they hadn't pitched more innings than team games played, they did not qualify for MLB leaderboards. Wow. They both, however, reached the eligibility requirements on Sunday in the classic mustache versus man bun duel. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The mustache was victorious as Cortez delivered another gem for the Yankees in their 5-1 win against the White Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field. Even in the bullpen before the game, I felt like my fastball and cutter were there, Cortez said. From the first pitch, I felt pretty good. Cortez followed up his seven and one third scoreless innings of one hit ball on Monday against the Rangers with another near flawless performance, going a career high 8 innings, allowing just 3 hits and 1 run with 7 strikeouts. For that stellar outing, the lefty repped his nasty Nestor Cortez shirt around the clubhouse. That was another special outing, manager Aaron Boone said, just in complete control, working quick and just really sharp. I told him that was good even for him. With another spectacular performance, Cortez has solidified himself as one of New York's strongest arms in the rotation. It also gives him even more confidence heading into his next start. It's been pretty good going back to last year, Cortez said of his confidence. The chances I got and the ability that I can go out there and pitch every 5 days has been incredible for me. As long as I can go out there and compete and give my team a chance, I'm happy. Since Cortez made his 2021 season debut rather on May 30th last year, he has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. Over that time frame, the Southpaw has pitched 133 innings with a 2.44 ERA. His ERA is the lowest in the AL and third lowest in the majors during that span. End quote. He's been one of the best pitchers in the game, not only this year, but even going back to last year, Boone said. He's been consistent with us, reliable, and continues to get better and better. Cortez's ability to pitch on both sides of the plate allowed the left-hander to succeed in 2021 and again in the early portions of 2022, including on Sunday. After a first inning single by Luis Robert, Cortez settled down and retired the next 15 batters. His best inning came in the third when he almost threw his second immaculate inning of the season. He struck out the side on 10 pitches, all strikes, and each strikeout came pitch different, via a different pitch, excuse me, while also using both sides of the plate. He struck out Josh Harrison on an outside fastball and Tim Anderson on a low inside cutter. Um, but Nasty Nestor was in full force when he fooled Reese McGuire on a slider. The White Sox catcher froze on Cortez 76.8 miles per hour slider on the outside corner. He just made pitches the whole day, White Sox outfielder AJ Pollock said. I don't think we did a good job of making him uncomfortable. Cortez once again leaned on his career the most, of course, 39% of his pitches, but his ability to mix between cutter, fastball, and on to off speed while locating it all excuse me, perf- perfectly helped the 27-year-old on the mound. His slider, which he threw 20 times, was well placed all afternoon, even when Adam Angel took it deep in the eighth inning on a pitch outside the zone. His cutter, fastball, and slider were good. Yankees catcher Jose Trevino said. That's the good thing about Nestor. He can locate all his pitches. He can do anything. Not only were Cortez pitches intact, but his quick delivery was also on display, something that he has adopted since high school from his dad. Um, that's what I am all about, Cortez said. Um, I like to work at a quick pace to keep hitters off balance and uncomfortable in the box. I remember in high school, my dad would be like, "Why are you walking so much forward?" He was sick of me getting tired in the sixth. So now I throw the ball, stay on the mound, get it back, and go. After his start on Sunday, Cortez ERA sits at 1.35, best in the AL and second lowest in the majors. It's fun to be in the clubhouse, the lefty said. The start has been amazing, and hopefully I can continue it. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good though. Give it up for Nasty Nestor. All right. All right. Now I've been saving this topic for a while in regards to the ML in regards to the New York Mets preview. I didn't get a chance to discuss this. I've been delaying this, but here we go. Um so this is according to what is it? What's the website? I had the website. Don't know what happened to it though. Hold on. Oh, this is according to VSIN.com. Okay, so yeah, so the New York Mets were an embarrassment last year. Billionaire hedge fund manager Steve Cohen spent almost $200 million. Hold on a second, $200 million um in payroll to finish 77 um 85 players fought with fans on social media and through the actual media, and Cohen had his say publicly as well. GM Jared Porter was hired and then fired about a month later for inappropriate conduct towards women. He was replaced by Zach Scott, who was then placed on administrative leave for a drunk driving charge in September and fired in November. Manager Luis Rojas was let go and replaced by Buck Showalter as the Mets needed to put an adult in the dugout. At least this offseason has been less tumultuous, except for that whole lockout thing. Um, winning cures a lot, but the Mets didn't win enough, posting a 29-49 record in the second half of the season. They were 21-37 over the final 58 games and finished well below 500, going 30-51 on the road. Cohen's response was to revamp the front office and dugout and to throw money at the problems on the field. Now we wait to see if it works out. So offense, everything about the Mets says they should be one of the major's best teams, and that includes the offense. A lot of name recognition didn't translate to good numbers last season, as the Mets finished 21st in WOBA at 307 with a 96 WRC plus, um, hurt slightly by the first no, excuse me, by the fact that Citi Field is not a good hitter's park. Um, Actually, that's not necessarily true, but um, the Mets and injuries go together like cake and ice cream, which did not impact last season a bit, but a lot of guys simply didn't perform. Of the top 15 in plate appearances, only 7 posted a WRC plus above league average, but only 2 of the top 10 in PA posted a WRC plus more than 6% above league average. Pete Alonso and Brendan Nimmo were the two best regulars for the Mets, but Nimmo was limited to 92 games because of an injury, which has been the story of his career. Alonso hit 37 homers and was far and away the best power producer for the team, but he was unable to replicate his monster 2019 season. Alonso is the least of the Mets' worries, though it will be interesting to see if the major decrease in his Ks is um able to hold. He struck out less than 20% of the time for the first time in his career at the K percent marks of 26.4% and 25.5% the previous 2 seasons. Nimmo will be productive if healthy. The other guys are the ones under the microscope. Um Francisco Lindor was known as Mr. Smile in Cleveland, but he became rather surely and snarky with the Mets fan base last season in the midst of a down year. Lindor ran a 248 BABIP, which dragged his batting average down to 230. He hit 20 homers, but came nowhere close to validating the first year of his 10-year, $341 million contract. It was Lindor's worst offensive season with a WRC plus of 103. He had hit 32 or more homers in each of the previous full seasons. He walked more than ever and ran into some bad luck with a career best 44.1% hard hit percent, so a bounce back season should be expected, though Lindor's offensive profile has been inflated by the media. A WRC plus of 120 would represent a big upgrade and is possible, but that seems like the ceiling. There are some newcomers in the lineup, such as Starling Marte, who just had his best offensive season. He posted a 134 WRC plus, topping his previous high of 132 in 2014 with the Pirates. Marte ran a .372 BIP, which was a highest since 2016. So I don't think we'll see a repeat performance. He'll be an above average hitter nonetheless. So too will Eduardo Escobar with 30 homer potential and a lot of balls in play. Mark Hanna will also be an above average hitter with some pop. One big question is what Robinson Cano will provide in his return from suspension. Cano was awesome during the short 2020 season with a 316, 352, and 544 slash, but struggled badly in 2019. He's 39 years old now and will greatly benefit from the universal DH, as will the Mets, who can put a better defender out there. Of course, Jeff McNeil appears to be that guy, and he too had a down offensive year in 2021. Health is a huge question as he had tons of injuries on his way up through the minors and more last season. He puts bat to ball though and can carry a high batting average and OBP as a result. Of course, the Mets have good depth as signings um, and platoons drive guys such as J.D. Davis and Dom Smith to the bench or to part-time roles. This offense has a lot of promise on paper, but there are also a lot of guys on the wrong side of 30 in the everyday lineup. The Mets could have one of the best lineups in the NL if the guys with track records perform up to expectations. But they could also be an enormous disappointment again if injuries arise or certain hitters don't bounce back. Okay, we go to the pitching. Oh damn it. Yeah, so we go to the pitching. So hold on a minute here. I don't know. Okay. So if the Mets can get to the playoffs, they will be very hard to beat with the best 1-2 punch in baseball in Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer. People are also sleeping on Chris Bassett, who was a really start acquisition from the A's on fire sale. Health is the big question here as well. With DeGrom limited to 15 starts last season and Scherzer approaching 40 years old with a ton of mileage on his arm. Okay. Um, yeah, so I can say this though, man. I think I may have covered the whole Robinson Cano thing. Unfortunately, he got traded to the Pirates. Unfortunately. And if I didn't cover that, I will try to cover that probably in the next future episodes after that. So yeah, there you go right there. So I think I'm going to actually let me see. Let me see if I have anything to let me see if I have anything to actually discuss. I don't think so. But you know what? Yeah, we're gonna get to all right, so let me get to the thing right here. So that's gonna do it for episode 26 in regards to the preview of the New York Mets. Of course, Of course, you can show some love by making a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is $ G Money Stacks 555. That's capital G, lowercase MONEY, capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555. Now, for the most part, it's not about breaking the bank, folks. It's all about doing the best you can on whatever amount of money you decide to actually donate will be appreciated. So don't worry about that. Now, hold on a second. Yeah, let me get to the thing right here. Let me get to the thing right here. Stream choices on the go. All right. You know the routine, folks. Be sure you follow me on 17 Live, which is G Money Stacks, Queens, New York. And also you can follow the sports show right here. Excellent, fun, vibrant podcast. This on the Sports Edition show, which is on Instagram, alongside with my other shows, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast review show, and of course, you can of course make sure you follow my number one show on Facebook and Instagram, which is Off the Meat Rack Chains New York Podcast, alongside with myself, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications for updates and postings and when the episodes are going to be dropping. So, like I said, for this one is every Thursday, all right? So, I'm gonna go into where you can listen to the podcast episodes, and of course, make sure you leave a message or any topic ideas, questions you have, and if you want to be a guest to chime in on some topics or whatever, you can DM me at gmoneystacks555 in Queens, New York, and of course, starting with Anchor, where you can leave your messages and stuff like that, and Audible, Audacity, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM, Play FM, Pocket Cast, Podfriend, Podorama, Podo Polo, Podcast Addict, Podcast Index, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, and of course, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify. It'll be appreciated. And of course, don't forget to listen to excellent, fun, vibrant podcasts on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, video, and podcast, alongside with my other shows, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast review show, and of course, my number one show, Off the Meat Rack Chains New York Podcast on there as well. Make sure you follow that on iHeartRadio. And last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button on the YouTube channel page. Excellent, fun, vibrant podcast, Sports Edition show, and of course, tap that noni bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, share the episodes, download these episodes, very important. And of course, share the episodes, share the videos, and of course, tell a friend to another friend and share this podcast along with your wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, and all that other good stuff. And of course, the people you're cool with from work. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me, man. I'm G Money Stats. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me. I'll see you next time, hopefully on Sunday. Peace and one love, and have yourselves a good night.